Okay, everybody, it's 5 past and we are going to start now. I'm just going to admit there's 3 more people waiting to join and they're now admitted. So good afternoon, everybody. My name's Maddie Halliday and I'm the Chief Executive of Voluntary Action North Lanarkshire. I'm really delighted to have this event happening, have the lottery happening in North Lanarkshire. Craig, could I ask you now to admit everybody, because I was doing that quite a lot.
Yep, no, that's fine.
So it's really good that we're able to launch this lottery, and I'm really delighted that so many people have registered to attend. We're still not anywhere near the numbers who've registered. We're only at about 48 people, some of whom are VANL staff, so probably about 45 good causes have joined so far. More will probably join as we go through the session. And those who've registered, even if they haven't come today, will get further information. And there's also some who've expressed interest in the lottery but can't be here today. So Cheryl, who's with us, I think with the registrations plus those who've expressed interest minus VANL staff, we're probably around 70, are we? Organisations expressing interest?
Yes, we're somewhere around that.
Yep, so that's very exciting. So just a few words from me before I hand over to Phil Wright from Gatherwell, which is the organisation that provides the lottery platform. Voluntary Action North Lanarkshire discussed the idea of a lottery with a community and voluntary sector partnership group, which some of you here today may know of or be involved in, but some of you won't. It's a partnership group where different community and voluntary sector organisations come together, tend to be charities with paid staff, so some smaller organisations may not be aware of it or be involved. And we discuss issues of common interest for our sector and plans for the future and ideas. And we discussed the idea of this lottery last year, and there was an appetite for us to take it forward. And Voluntary Action North Lanarkshire, as some or maybe all of you know, is the support organisation for the community and voluntary sector in North Lanarkshire. And we offered to test the water and host the lottery, and a number of other organisations in Scotland and across the UK have supported community lotteries. Sometimes it's an organisation like Voluntary Action North Lanarkshire that hosts it. An equivalent organisation exists in every local authority area in Scotland. And sometimes it's other organisations. We have a number of these community lotteries already launched in other parts of Scotland, and the progress was good, so we thought we would give it a go. We decided to focus on helping smaller community organisations that may or may not be registered charities, but smaller organisations to participate where they can, good causes. And we set a threshold of 100,000 annual income, and many of you here today may be way below that, and that's absolutely fine. And we really are keen to help you raise money, to help you raise the profile of your organisation as well. And we think this will work, and it's very exciting. So I'm not going to say any more right now. I'm going to hand over to Phil Wright, who will present to you, and I hope you can all see the presentation, which is up on the screen. Welcome, Phil, and over to you.
Thank you for the intro, Maddie, and thanks ever so much for everyone attending. It's always fantastic to hear the number of organisations that are dialing in to Teams to hear about it, because when we sort of start the journey of launching a lottery, this will only be as successful as the number of organisations are here to fundraise from it. So as Maddie said, my name's Phil. I'm the Phil Wright. I'm the senior manager at Gatherwell, and we are what's called an external lottery manager. So we work with organisations to help them raise money for non-commercial reasons through lotteries, and we're pretty experienced in running these sorts of lotteries. There's about just over 100 of these running throughout the UK, and as Maddie said, a number already launched in and around Scotland as well. So today is kind of running through how it all works for players, you know, to buy a ticket and what the lottery is all about. But actually, really, why you're all here today is to find out how you can use it as a fundraising channel. I'm sure probably over the last couple of years, there's been certain fundraising channels that have disappeared, and you've always looked at sort of different ways to diversify income generation. And through a digital lottery online through recurring payments. It's a great way to have a nice sustainable income for you as your good cause. So I'll sort of start the presentation. There'll be a short video sort of halfway through, and also we'll sort of take questions and queries at the end, because hopefully throughout sort of the presentation it'll kind of answer some of your questions that you may have had coming through today to the event today. But as I say, we're really excited to launch North Lanarkshire Community Lottery, and we hope you will sort of take part in it and have a successful fundraising channel through it. So. North Lanarkshire Community Lottery is an initiative with Voluntary Action North Lanarkshire, but it's powered, and the structure is underneath it is the Gatherwell Lottery platform. So this was very much VANL's way of looking at how do they support the sector, how to fundraise. And as Maddie said, there's a number of these that are operated throughout the UK, but it's just trying to provide a platform that enables you to provide an income generation. And the lottery is all about raising money within the community for the community. So it'll be local. It doesn't have to be just local people that buy tickets, but majority of the time it will be local residents that will be buying tickets to support you as local causes. What we'll run through today, so how it all works for supporters. Splitting of the pound, which is kind of a bit of a giveaway as to how much the tickets are, what the prizes look like, and we've got a prize structure set up, which is an incentive, but it's not too much for people to play for the wrong reasons, and the biggest chunk of the money comes back to you as organisation. So kind of where that prize fund sits. How it works, so you know, the nuts and bolts for you as an organisation of how it works for you to fundraise. What support you get by being on the lottery. So it's not just the money that's raised out of it, some of the support in terms of the promotion, the marketing materials that you can use. And we're also asking for a bit of a commitment from you guys, a bit of a challenge, a bit of a incentive to try and get people involved with it to get started. So how does lottery work? So nlcommunitylottery.co.uk is now live. It's live for you as good causes to go and have a look and to sign up. But when it goes live to tickets, nlcommunitylottery.co.uk will have a draw every Saturday at 8 o'clock, and it will be done online. Tickets cost £1, and there's a real specific reason for that. Is because we want people just to be able to buy one ticket a week and be a nice, easy access for them to take part. Actually, what we find is people generally buy about 2 tickets per week. So it's about 1.8 tickets per week is the average that people generally buy. But they can buy, you know, just a single ticket if they would like to. And when people buy their tickets, they either choose a lucky dip or they can choose their own numbers. But the important thing and the slightly different thing here with these community lotteries is when you go on and when you buy a ticket, you choose the cause that you want to support. So it's very much connecting the player, the supporter, with you as the organisation. And I'll explain sort of how they choose you as we go along here. But they get to choose exactly where their money goes. The payments are set up on generally about 95% of people pay via recurring payments. So either via a direct debit or via a recurring card payment. Or there is also the option to buy a block of 1 month or 5 weeks worth of tickets, 3 months, 6 months or 12 months. But obviously what we want to encourage people is to sign up on a recurring basis, because then that means every month, depending on how many tickets are bought, you then get that money come into your bank account on a recurring basis there. And then importantly for the supporter, if they win some money through the lottery, we invite them back to claim their prize. But at that point, and it's nice and easy for them, they just log in, claim the prize, and it gets paid into their bank account. But at that point, we give them a bit of a pull on the heartstrings to say, you know, do you need this money, or would you like to donate it back to the cause that you're supporting? So that's an added extra amount of money that can come back to you as a good cause. And we did recently have someone donate the jackpot prize back to the cause that they're supporting as well. So, which is a fantastic, you know, amount of money to receive, which we'll come on to in a second. But yes, either individuals choose to claim their prize, or they claim it, or they donate it. It's all done digitally. But if individuals wanted to, you know, aren't comfortable buying a ticket online, don't have access, or would rather call, then there is also a support number that you can see at the bottom of that slide there that individuals can ring to buy a ticket or ask any questions and queries. And I'll kind of explain a little bit more about that support as we go. And where does the pound go? So out of the pound, as I say, we're what's called an external lottery manager. The minimum amount that has to go back to good causes is 20%. Well, if you look at the National Lottery, Health, Postcode, they're all around sort of 20 or 30% that goes back to good causes, and people don't have any control over exactly where that money goes. Through this lottery, 50p in the pound will go back to you as a designated good cause, and then 10p will go to VANL through their operation of the lottery, and obviously, you know, as a charity in their own right and an organisation within the sector, that will then be used for VANL. But importantly, is 50p in every pound goes back to you as the good cause. 20% covers the prize structure, so 20p in every pound covers all the prizes, and it's just really important to reiterate now that there's no risk to VANL or to you as the good cause to cover any of the prizes. That's all administered out of that 20% there. And there's also some running costs and banking support, the hosting of the website and all the operations, things like that go with it. That is 20% as well. So that's that splitting of the pound. And, you know, the minimum is 20% that has to go to good causes. We're really proud that actually the vast majority, that 60p, goes back to good causes through this community lottery. And then that prizes. So when I said someone donated the jackpot prize back to that good cause, £25,000 is the jackpot prize. So if someone matches 6 numbers in the order that they come out in, they win £25,000. If someone matches the first 5 numbers as they come out, or the last 5 numbers as they come out, then they win £2,000. And then it drops down on a sliding scale, obviously depending on the ticket numbers matched. So if you match two numbers at the front or the end of the sequence, then you win 3 free tickets. And the odds of winning any prize is 1 in 50. And the more tickets that are sold, the more winners that we'll have, as it's an odds-based prize structure. And importantly, just to add, there's a little asterisk by that £25,000. That's not an asterisk in so much as it's a small print get out of jail ticket. What that says at the bottom there is that jackpot prize is underwritten by prize insurance. So should we have a jackpot draw on a jackpot on our first ever draw, as we've had a couple of times recently, then someone would win £25,000 no matter how many tickets have been sold. So that's how the prize funds works there. So for you as organisations, it's a great way to say play the North Lanarkshire Community Lottery, support us, and you've got a chance to win £25,000. But you help us as an organisation to fundraise, and this is what we do with the money. You know, you can shout about that, you know, what difference it's going to make for people supporting you. We also seasonally add in what's called bolt-on prizes. So these are additional prizes, sort of every other month generally, on top of that sort of cash prize that we went through earlier. And we'll notify you and let you know about those kind of additional bolt-on prizes. And we'll also supply you as good causes through the website with some marketing assets and tools that you can then promote. So you can share on your Facebook, on your Twitter, send out an email saying, you know, thanks for supporting us. There's an added draw this weekend. Or if you're not already supporting us, join in this weekend, and there's an added prize available. So we'll send you information and emails to let you know about that if you're the one that signs your organisation up onto the website. And now, you know, why you're all here is kind of how the lottery works for you as good causes. So you can go on to nlcommunitylottery.co.uk and you can start applying to be a part of it. In applying, it's not a big long grant application. We don't need like the inside leg measurement or anything like that. We try to keep it as streamlined as possible, but gather the information that we need for you to go live. But importantly, it's got the oversight of the team at Voluntary Action North Lanarkshire to make sure that only organisations that are eligible go on the platform. So there is that due diligence and oversight to make sure that's the case. So when you apply to join, we'll ask you to upload a logo or an image of your organisation, you know, who you are, what you do, and then some contact details for us as well as part of it. And then that's pretty much it. You know, it's not too difficult to set up, but we'll ask you about some information about your organisation. Once you apply to join, you'll go into sort of a bit of a holding pen as such, where VANL will then go and approve those causes and make sure, yes, you meet the criteria, you go live. And once approved, you'll have in the website, in what's called your lottery dashboard, which I'll come on to a second, information about how you promote it and how you get the best out of being on the platform. And importantly, you'll get your own page on the website, which you'll have your own URL link to. So if you want to share that URL, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, throughout any emails, then people who see that and click on it will come directly to your page to buy a ticket. And then importantly, depending on how many tickets you've sold in the month previously, you'll get paid in the first week of the month into your nominated bank account. So every month you'll be able to log into the system, see how much money you're going to be getting, and that will be paid directly into your nominated bank account that you put within the system. And importantly, it's to point out, there's absolutely no cost to you as the organisation. So once you've signed up, it's a nice free income generation fundraising tool for you to utilise in amongst all your other sort of tools and channels that you use as well. But what we try to do is try to make it as easy as possible for you to utilise this and to fundraise through the platform. This is an example of once you've filled in a little bit of the form online to be a part of it. This is then an example of the page that will be set up. So this is just an example. It's not actually the three-legged cat charity locally, but it's just an example here. So that where that picture of the cat is there, that will be your logo or your image. Generally use a logo, whatever people recognise for your organisation. You can set a target. The standard target is 50 tickets, but you can increase that or decrease that as you see fit. But obviously, the more tickets you sell, the more money you raise. So you can change that target that you've got there along that top line of the progress bar. The About Us section, obviously, you fill out. What you're looking to raise money for will be filled out from your application. And then it's got information about when the next draw is, what the numbers have been, how it all works. And importantly, wherever anyone is on the page, it's got the opportunity for someone to buy tickets. So we've built this platform so as soon as someone arrives at the site, it's then our job to make sure that they convert and they buy a ticket, and then they stay and they continue to support you. This is an example of some marketing material that are built into the platform. So this was one, Buckinghamshire Lottery that we launched. Great Brickhill Cricket Club is the cause itself, so they uploaded that logo. And this is sort of some of the information that you can expect to receive. So you don't have to go and create it. You don't have to be a whiz in Adobe or any other tool to do any marketing there. These will be built for you based on your cause information and your logo, and obviously the branding of the lottery website as well. And you'll be able to download a printable version that will have a QR code on it. You'll be able to have an email version, a Facebook format, a Twitter format that you can just simply download and share. And this next slide here will just give you a bit more information about making the most out of your dashboard that you'll have access to once you've registered.
So you've signed up as a good cause. Now,
yep,
what do you need to do? Well, you need to let people know about it so they sign up and support your cause. We do all of the boring hard stuff for you, and we even give you tools to promote it, but you need to use them to spread the word. Start shouting from the rooftops and let as many people know as possible. Remember, the more people who know about your lottery page, the more supporters you will get and the more money you will raise. The sky's the limit. Never stop recruiting supporters. Not only do you scoop 50p from every ticket they buy, but they also help spread the word for you. And because people sign up as long-term supporters, you raise 50p from their tickets every week. And it all soon starts adding up. But it won't happen on its own. All you need to do is keep spreading the word. As a good cause, you get your own dashboard, which helps you keep track of how your lottery fund is performing. Download marketing leaflets or even customize them to say what you need to. When you first log into your dashboard, the name of your dashboard will be across the top, along with any immediate actions for you to do. You'll also see a chart to show how your tickets are growing. If you click on the supporters button, this will take you to a page where you can see all the details of the people that are supporting your cause. You can use the supporters details to thank supporters or provide updates on how their support is helping. The leaflet button is probably the most important button on your dashboard. Here you will find lots of leaflets that we create especially for your cause. You will find both printable and digital versions with your own logo on. What's more, they're specially tailored for you, as they send people straight to your page, where they buy tickets for your cause. All you need to do is make sure you use these leaflets to spread the word and watch your funds grow. So, print off as many printable versions and hand them out to as many people as you can. People can even scan the QR code that we put on there for you, which takes their device straight to your page, so they don't need to search for you when they visit the lottery site. Download the digital leaflet and email it to as many people as you know. Your digital leaflets contain a special button which directs them straight to your page, where it only takes a minute to sign up and start raising money for you. What's more, you can even change the text on all of these leaflets using the Customize button, so you can create your own version with a special message, like what the money you raise will be used for. A new leaflet design is available every few months, so you can keep the advertising materials for your lottery page fresh. So remember, your dashboard is your most important tool and provides you with everything you need to enroll your own supporters. We do all of the hard work for you, so all you need to do is shout about your page, spread the word, and watch the money you are raising grow.
Well, hopefully that gave you kind of a bit of an idea as to how you make the most out of the dashboard and the website that's available to you once you've signed up. A little while ago, we were looking at whether we needed to remove the QR codes, because a couple of years ago, QR codes were going somewhat out of fashion. But I think I'm glad we didn't, because they're very much everyone using those. So if you've got any events or if you've got anything that's coming up in person, then obviously any of those kind of marketing materials would have that QR code. But yeah, please do keep an eye on the emails that come through with the new relevant marketing materials, and just log in and download those and then share them far and wide, because obviously anyone that clicks on them or anyone sees them, they'll then arrive at your page to buy a ticket. So what have Gatherwell done as part of this to get where we are in terms of the platform? So this has been a bespoke platform designed in partnership with Voluntary Action North Lanarkshire, but is powered by the Gatherwell engine. And we're constantly updating and improving the system. So you'll see those updates over time to make sure it's being improved both for players and for causes. It's fully PCI compliant in terms of taking cards, and it's 99.7% uptime, and it's monitored 24/7 as well. And if there are any releases or any updates for the website, they're done very much out of hours, sort of overnight, to make sure the website's live constantly for anyone buying a ticket. It's a responsive website, so it's optimized for people to access via mobile or tablets, because about 75% or so of people generally do on the move, rather than the majority of us here possibly accessing on desktops. But obviously it can be viewed on any device there. As I mentioned at the start, there is the support for both causes and players. So there's a dedicated telephone line there, the 01236 number, that will be answered when anyone calls as North Lanarkshire Community Lottery. There's also a dedicated email support as well. So should you have any questions or queries regarding the lottery, then that will come through to support at, and then any communication coming from supporters or causes will come from that support at NL Community Lottery email. So please do whitelist that email if within your organisation, or request for it to be whitelisted. Bearing in mind it says lottery in it, sometimes organisations will have an automatic filter that will stop that in terms of workplaces. So just ask if you're IT to update that, so you can make sure you get the emails and the updates sent through to you. And there'll also be the Facebook and Twitter pages for the lottery as well, that will have automatic posts coming through there. So what is the role of VANL here? So they have been kind of the brainchild of getting this off the ground for you as the local community and local good causes. So they will process the applications for good causes to come on board. They've got overall administration of the lottery, and also they hold the lottery license from North Lanarkshire Council. And they will obviously, nearly 90 different causes finding out about this and signing up, and hopefully we'll either be here or we'll receive the information and recording afterwards. But they've done a fantastic job of making you all aware of this and bringing it to your attention as a fundraising method here. And they'll have oversight and approval of all the payments as well, just to make sure that everything is being running as requested. And this is then just kind of a brief overview of some examples of some of the success of the lotteries. So VANL Lottery, they're now part of what's called Buckinghamshire Council. That was the first lottery that was launched. They started with about 40 causes, so similar kind of number of people that are on this call now. And now they're up to, over about 5 years, they're up to about 300 causes through on the platform. And actually that £500,000 figure for good causes is now closer to £600,000. So they've raised some fantastic funds for organisations of all different sizes, but through the digital nature and through the support and the ease of the lottery, it's really supported some small organisations very, very well that might not have the resources or access to some of the big funding channels that are available. So it's a great way for organisations of all sizes to fundraise. And we asked some of their causes, how do they get people to sign up and what do they do? So as I mentioned, the Brickhill Cricket Club, they've got about 93 tickets. They raise just shy of £2,500 a year through the lottery. They spend their money on some of the coaching with the money raised, and they've got a clubhouse. So what we said, what did you do to get people on to buy a ticket? They have the facilities of being able to offer a drink. So anyone that signed up to the lottery, they got a drink at the clubhouse. Obviously, not many places have facilities to be able to do something like that, which we completely appreciate. And also, it's worth remembering that it's not just one person buying one ticket. They're signing up on a recurring basis, and often they'll buy just shy of 2 tickets. So their actual spend may well be quite more than just that £1 that you might see as a single purchase. Carers Buck, so independent charity supporting carers in Buckinghamshire, they raised just shy of £1,000 a year, and what they did was they added a link to their lottery page on their email signatures. So it's a nice digital link, all emails going in and out of the organisation. If someone clicks on it, it takes them directly through to Carers Buck's page on the lottery website, and people can buy a ticket there. Another cause, so medical detection dogs, they again raise at the time of asking about £2,500 again. And what they did is they added a link to their website and also just regularly posted on their social media. So anyone coming to find out about the charity, they would see it. And also anyone that's already liked them or supports them or follows them on social media would see various posts that they're posting just sort of periodically, just to remind people about the lottery. And then Sports and Social Club, a small sports and social club. They did it sort of a little bit old school. Print off a leaflet, pop it through people's doors. You've got the ability to do that through the platform. It doesn't all have to be digital. Print off a leaflet, someone can scan it using their phone, can go directly onto the website and buy a ticket through your QR code. So nice, simple ways to encourage people to take part. And what's our commitment? VANL's commitment for you being part of this lottery. So you'll get your own dedicated web page, as we've shown, which will have information about your cause and your own URL. You'll get your own bespoke marketing materials that will have your branding on it that you can then share across multiple different channels, and they're constantly being updated. You've got your dashboard that will tell you how you're doing and access all of this sort of information. And also when you sign up, you'll get a welcome pack for you to give you some sort of top tips and ideas. And then you'll get regular emails notifying you about what's going on. But importantly, 50p in every pound ticket comes directly back to you as your good cause. So a hefty chunk there. And it's something that you can offer your supporters that you may not be able to do in your own right already, depending on the sort of size of your organisation. And then what we're asking as a commitment for you guys to get it started is we're setting you a bit of a challenge. It's a challenge. We're asking you to give it a good go from the start. So we're saying, can you sell 20 tickets by the time we have our first draw? And I'll come on to the timeline in a second. And that 20 tickets is about 10, 12 people buying a ticket to support you, using our normal averages. So hopefully that's probably friends and family and people that are aware of what you do, but you might have a much bigger supporter base than that you can leverage. Also, when you sign up, please sign up with a staffed email address, because then when we send out information, we send out updates, you'll actually be able to receive them and know what's going on and then act upon them. And all we're saying is help us to help you. This is supposed to be for you to fundraise. It's an income generation tool for you guys. And the more people, the more causes, the more organisations that are on it, the more people in the wider community locally will know about it as well. So if you're here with, as I'm sure many of you will be involved with different organisations, maybe parents with kids at schools, maybe a PTA, may have kids at sports teams, you might be involved as a trustee or an organizer within different organizations, then, you know, please be aware of that sort of side of thing, as to invite other organizations as part of it. And what we're saying is, you know, spread the word. You know, make sure that everyone in the local community knows about it. And then today is a good cause launch. Tickets will go, we've given it, you know, just under a month for you to go and speak to your colleagues, speak to any of your trustees, and then to go and sign up. So the tickets will go live. So the website will switch and it will be live to players to buy a ticket as of the 8th of March. So we want to get as many of you good causes ahead of that 8th of March date. The first draw will then be Saturday, the 16th of April, and there'll be every Saturday thereafter. And announcements will go on, you know, social media, announcements will be on the website, and anyone that wins will be emailed directly to say they've won, and you as the cause will be then obviously emailed, providing information about that sort of relevant draw information. So that's me talking a hell of a lot for sort of probably about half an hour to kind of explain how it all works, but we're really, really excited to get this launch. We really want as many of you good causes to be on and raise as much money within the local area as well. So happy to kind of stop sharing the screen to take a breath and to take any questions that you might have.
Thank you very much, Phil. So we are moving into questions, and I can see a hand up, 1 minute, but I can't see your name. I'll just go into, just come in. I can see your name now. Fiona Graham, do you want to ask your question? You're on mute.
Let me know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So that's a great opportunity, I think. So there's a few of us on from our local scout group, which is really quite big. So I think we would fulfil the criteria if a cricket club can join, that we could be part of this, couldn't we? So I'll just check that before I ask my question. Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So you think a scout group would be fine to join then?
Yes.
Yeah. So the other thing is, though, with a bit more of a governance head on, is, you know, it's this keeping of people who buy the tickets. You know, it's us having a list. So it's good for us to know who's bought the tickets, but I could see how that would put people off. You know, this issue of GDPR and personal information and identifiable information and things. What if, you know, one of our group won, but they didn't want us to know about that? You know, that's that sort of thing.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'll come in on that. So two parts to that. So when someone signs up, they can opt to share their information with a good cause or not. So that's the first part.
Okay,
and so in terms of consent, that is requested at the front end. And so you'll be able to see your supporters, but if they decide they don't want to have, you'll have the contact details, then they've got the option to there. Secondly, then the winners essentially that are published. It's anonymized, so it doesn't say who has actually won. It might be Ms. G from wherever would be on the website. So it is anonymized. But if they do, and obviously happy to share, it's great to be able to share if we've had large winners as well. But that's obviously up to the supporter to give that consent as part of it. So yeah, it's we want you to be able to thank your supporters and communicate with those that allow you to. So obviously meeting GDPR.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm on mute myself. Heather Simpson's next, and then we've got a question in chat that we'll go to after from Susan. There seems to be some serious interference. Can everybody hear that interference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there might be an issue with our microphone.
Okay. Was that, yes?
Maybe Heather could just pop it into the chat.
Yeah. Oh, Maddie, you're on mute.
Keep doing this. Susan Drummond has asked about how easy it is for ticket purchasers to choose their good causes, and can they change their good cause?
Yeah, so depending on how the supporter arrives at the website is how they'll then choose the cause. So if you send out an email or if you put something on your own Facebook as the cause, then as soon as someone clicks on that link or image, it will take them directly to your good cause on the website. So they don't have to navigate to find you. They'll automatically have the link, which is all embedded on the marketing materials that you can download. If someone just hears about and just arrives at nlcommunitylottery.co.uk, then they can either search for you as an organisation in terms of using your name, or they can search via a type of category. So it's categorized, and you, when you sign up as a good cause, categorize yourself. So if you provide services for children, if it's sports, if it's health, if it's disability, so people can search by those kind of categories as well. Or they can just trawl through, there's a list of organizations on the website, and that list, every time someone comes onto the website, rotates. So it doesn't mean that you've got the same organisation at the top, apart from VANL's central fund. You don't always have an organisation starting with A at the top of the list. They always rotate. So if people arrive at the website, everyone's got a fair chance of them being found. But majority of all people that arrive on the site will come through via a post or a promotion that you've done yourselves to your own audience, or they've scanned a QR code that will have a link that will take them directly to your cause.
Thank you for that. Fiona, could you take your hand down, because I think you've already asked your question, and Heather, have you put your question in chat? Yes. My organisation is Lanarkshire wide, says Heather. So I'm wondering if the funds would need to stay. Is Lanarkshire wide? If the funds would need to stay north, or could it be distributed throughout the organisation? Says Heather. Well, that's I would have thought, Phil, that's not really a question for Gatherwell, is it, as such? We are promoting this in North Lanarkshire for the benefit of organisations providing services in North Lanarkshire. I suspect it's not something we had actually anticipated, but it's a good question. I would have thought that if you're in the spirit of it, then it's a North Lanarkshire lottery. You should invest the money you raise for the benefit of North Lanarkshire. But it depends how your services services are organised. So Heather, it might be better to talk about that offline, and we'll give it further thought. And then there's another question from Shona, asking how many winners will there potentially be at each level? Are you talking about the prizes, I'm presuming, Phil?
It depends how many tickets are sold. So it completely depends how many tickets are sold, and that it's odds based. So I can't give you those. It's based on the odds that were on that previous slide will demonstrate, depending on if you had that many tickets, that's how many winners you're likely to get out of it. But some weeks you might have lots of winners because they've matched those numbers. Other weeks you might not have as many. But by virtue of having more people playing, there will be more winners because there's a finite number of numbers available.
Thank you very much. And we've also got a question from Douglas, who's asked, what is the minimum number of tickets needing to be sold?
There is no minimum.
That's what you said earlier for the draw to go ahead. There's no minimum.
Yeah, exactly. But the part of the launch, and the part, if we launch this well and we get lots of causes on board and lots of causes are shouting about it, the longevity and the success of the lottery is very much demonstrated from our experience. So let's give it a great start and a big push from the start, and then just keep on kind of promoting it periodically as we go. And also I should mention that we want to get as many good causes on ahead of the first draw. But if you don't quite get round to signing up, or if you then hear about this or another organisation later down the line, people can sign up after that first draw date. We just want to have as many causes on at the start.
Thank you. And we also have two questions around whether this is suitable for parent council groups, and the answer to that is yes. And we also have a question from Grant Riley about whether the funds raised are completely unrestricted. In other words, the organisation can use it for anything that corresponds with their purpose and what they provide. And the answer to that is yes, it's unrestricted. If you're raising it for your organisation, for the purpose of your organisation, you raise the money, you use it to deliver what you want to within that purpose. We have another question, which is a straightforward answer. the link to the video and the presentation will be shared after this event to everybody who's registered, and including those who are not here today. But also, Phil, can we put this up on our website as well, the lottery website, so we can share it there?
It won't go on the lottery website, sorry, but it's fine for you to go on, for it to go on your website. Yeah.
Our website, that's fine. So we'll do that if that's helpful, but we'll certainly we'll have to put it on our website anyway to share the link. And that's fine, that's been answered several times. I seen on your, Carol Jones says, I see on your one of your slides that it was based on number patterns. Does that mean the number has to come in a certain order to be a winner, or have I misunderstood that?
No, you're correct. So the numbers that you can choose are between 0 and 9 for each of your 6 numbers. So it doesn't go up, to 59 like it does in the National Lottery. So it's 0 to 9, and you match in that order as they come out. So that's explained sort of on the website about how it works. But yeah, you are correct. If you match the first 3 numbers but not the last 3 numbers, then obviously that's fine. But if you match the first number, the third number and the 5th number, because that wouldn't be in a sequence, then you wouldn't win there. But the information of how it works is on the website.
Thank you. And we have 2 more hands up to ask questions directly. I've gone out of chat for the minute. We've got Angela Marino first.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're a small support group in Brickhill originally for cancer and supporting all different disabilities now, and we've always fundraised ourselves until we heard about this, and we just want to know, do we qualify? We have about 25 members.
Yes, you'll qualify if your income is under 100,000 a year, which I think it is from the sound of it. Yes.
Yes.
Qualify. Yeah.
That.
You need to obviously go online and apply, and that will be verified formally for you, Angela. Josh Dingwall.
Hi there. Sorry, yep, I heard you'd already answered it. It was just about the PTA.
Yes, that's fine. Yes, PTAs or PCAs can join. And if you've asked a question, could I ask you to take your hand down so that I know that you're already, unless you want to ask another one. And we've got another comment in the comment box from Douglas saying, I've experience of small town lotteries. Transparency is key to encourage people to buy. How much information is available to be shared? How many tickets are sold a week? Something that could be shared each Monday. There's 2 questions, Douglas. I'll pause on that one and I'll come back to your second one. About transparency, Phil, about how many tickets are sold.
Yeah, so it shows on the website. It shows on the website how much is being raised through the lottery. So yeah, and so bearing in mind every ticket's £1. That's it's quite open as to where the money's going, and each individual cause it can be shown of how many tickets they're selling as well. So so yeah, absolutely, and also where the money goes, in terms of the split of the pound. That's all within on the site as well, and also because it is so much of it going back to good causes, that there's no hiding behind, in very much small print as to what the distribution of the money is, because we want to shout about the amount that actually goes back to good causes. So yeah, there's absolute transparency there.
Thank you. And Douglas, your second part of your question was what happens if your organisation annual income goes above 100,000 a year. Well, at the moment, we feel we want to keep that goal, and that's still quite high because most organisations on the smaller end of our sector have nowhere near that income. The reason being is that many organisations that will benefit from this lottery may not even have paid staff. If they do, there'll be very few, and we want to support the sector who are struggling to raise money. So I think what we would do is I'll have to check that with Gatherwell, but when you apply, then we would ask you to confirm that, and if your status changed, we would ask you to advise us. Could I ask Lynn McManus to come in? Oh no, what's your question? Hi, can only one person from an organisation view the dashboard? Sorry, it was in chat.
Yes, it is. Yeah, so you'll have one user for the dashboard within an organisation.
Thank you. And I haven't got any more hands up, and I haven't got anything else in chat so far. Oh no, we've got another one coming up. They're coming thick and fast. I represent a local community council. Would be eligible? Yes, you would. You're a charity. Your income will be under 100k a year, so you've got a good cause purpose and your income runs 100,000. That's fine. Yeah. This is why we invited you and promoted it to you. Any other questions? No, nothing more in chat. And so, well, thank you very much, Phil, for a fantastic presentation. And thank you, everybody, for coming. This really is a very exciting opportunity for North Lanarkshire. As I said at the beginning, it will help you raise income, but it will also help raise your profile, which I think is also important. Because many organisations in our communities are known to the people that receive the service and might be known in their networks, perhaps, are not known so widely across the area. And I think that is beneficial. So I think it's a great opportunity. And the key thing is now is to go online and sign up to be a good cause. And then when you've done that, and we'll just do a check that you meet the eligibility criteria, then get going and sell tickets. I think you said, Phil, a minimum of 10 to 12 tickets. No, 20 tickets.
20 tickets, yeah.
20 tickets for the launch. If you can sell more, that's fantastic. And then let's see how we go, and let's work together to build this in the months and years ahead in North Lanarkshire. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. And you know, it's just very exciting, and we're all in this together, and let's make it work. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks all. Thank you.